This week on thebureauasia.com, I posted a fantastic and uplifting listicle called Off the Beaten Path in the Philippines. 8 truly unique things to do from Luzon to Mindanao. The listicle was sent out by the Philippines Department of Tourism to get us thinking about just how much fun it is in the Philippines. Now, I've been to the Philippines a bunch of times. Admittedly, most of that time has been spent in Manila and on Luzon. It's the main island of 7,000 plus islands. Manila's a city I really love, by the way, and is sorely misrepresented as a travel destination. The history of Manila in particular is fascinating for a start. But this listicle presents things I've never heard about. There are a few things I really want to do because of it. The first one is cycling around Intramuros, the walled city of Manila.
Yep.
The next one is going off-road on a Laha adventure. Is that right, Mel? In Pampanga.
Pampanga.
Now, Pampanga is just north of Manila as the crow flies, and the sexpats listening in will know that it's where the city of Angeles is and the Clark Air Base, home to one of the most famous red light districts in the world. But pole dancing isn't the Laha experience I'm talking about, Mel.
No.
It's lava, I think.
Mr. Lava.
Not lava. Lava,
okay. All right.
I think. Not far from here is Mount Pinatubo, and it erupted back in 1991 and was the second largest terrestrial eruption of the 20th century. And its effects were felt worldwide, even lowering global temperatures by 0.5 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
Decades on, the area has become a destination for extreme sports enthusiasts, and you can go on off-road tours in 4x4s or motorcycles, basically along where the lava or the Laha flowed.
Oh, Andy, you'd love that. You love your motorbikes, don't you?
Yeah, you'd love it, Andy. We should do a trip.
Yeah, I love it.
And then we'll pop into Angeles on the way home.
I think it's going to be a boys' trip. What's that? Come on,
I'll
don't
tell
pretend.
you about it later. And the final one, this really blew my mind, is something I just never knew. No one had ever told me about it. The Philippines is home to the largest eagle in the world. Forget the wedge-tailed eagle in Australia, which is huge, and the American bald eagle, which actually apparently is pretty small. This one has a wingspan of over 2 meters. Its body's up to 1 meter in length, and they can weigh up to 8 kilograms. The other thing is, I'd suggest that if you're going to Mindanao, one of the southern islands of the Philippines, where this eagle is native, don't take your newborn baby with you. Because these things are also called the monkey-eating eagle. They dine out on monkeys. And I'm not suggesting newborns are monkeys. So for more info on these unique things to see and do in the Philippines, head to our website, thebureauasia.com, and you'll find the article there. Now, guys, I thought it would be good for us to create our own listicle of 9 unique things to see and do in Vietnam to post on our website, thebureauasia.com.
Whoa.
So on the spot, I want each of you to give me 3 things.
Okay.
I'll start. I'll try to keep it brief.
Okay.
Number 1, I really want to go to the pirate islands between mainland Vietnam and Phu Quoc. I mentioned them a couple of weeks ago in that wacky story about Captain Kidd and his treasure supposedly buried somewhere around there. My next one would be to go and see the whale cemetery in Phuc Hai. In this part of the world, fisher folk worship whales, and there's quite an elaborate ceremony around their burial. So there's a small temple facing the beach and a quite sizable cemetery where whales who've been washed ashore or found at sea are buried. It's really something to see, and it's very unusual. And thirdly, I'm going to stay south with my final one and say, put your motorbike on the train from Saigon Station, take it to Phan Thiet, then ride it to Nha Trang. It's a ride I've been wanting to do for ages. If you time it right, you might even get to see turtles hatching.
Yeah.
Of course, there are the famous sand dunes along the way. You can hot air balloon there now. And of course, you've got over 200 kilometres of beaches on your right-hand side all the way up.
Wow, I wish we could do that tomorrow.
So that'd be good.
Yeah.
So what about you, Mel?
I've never been to Dalat, believe it or not.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I want to go there during the flower season and, just take it easy, go glamping There's
Nice.
a lot of glamping sites now in Dalat. Like, you're not in a tent, but you're also not in like a hotel room.
Right.
But you're like sleeping underneath the stars and, in the
Nice
mountains.
bottle of Dalat Red.
Okay, are we cooking lamb shanks or what? But yeah, I've been talking about this, often. I want to go to Phong Nha Cave where they shot the King Kong
Nice.
movie.
Yep.
And Can Tho. When you think about Vietnam, you always mention the three major cities, which is Hanoi, Hue, and is it Da Nang or
Da
Hue?
Nang.
Yeah.
Da Nang.
So Hanoi, Da Nang, and Ho Chi Minh City.
Right.
But there's actually like 4 major cities. Every time you look at a research market report, they mention 4 big cities. And Can Tho is the 4th.
It's number 4, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not getting as much publicity as the 3 others.
Allegedly, there are 20 million people who live in the Mekong Delta in Vietnam.
Yeah.
So there you go. Almost the population of Australia lives in that part.
Yeah,
Yep.
and Jollibee opened their 100th store in Vietnam in Can Tho.
Oh, that'd be something to see. Andy, what have you got?
All right. You guys kind of spoiled me because now
Sorry
I want to
about
go
that.
the way you guys want to go. So it's definitely a fun tip because I definitely want to check out the sand dunes. Last time I was there, I was only there for a couple of days. And then I think you even spoke about it afterwards, Matt, about like putting a bike on the train, doing the train trip.
Oh, it's great.
Oh, my
Yep.
God.
It's
Hell.
just 4 hours from Saigon Station and there's no traffic. Highly recommend it.
Yeah. Con Dao Islands.
Yep.
Just off, just off Vung Tau. So I definitely want to check that place out. Fansipan Mountain,
Oh, yeah.
which is, so it's just outside of, when you go to Sapa, it's just 4 hours, I think.
Yep.
Outside.
Yep, the
4 to
rooftop
6
of
hours
Vietnam.
outside
Yep.
of Hanoi. Yeah, the rooftop. You can see China, just wave.
Yep.
And, maybe Mekong Delta.
Well, we've got some motorbike trips,
well.
Andy, to do. We might have to do some live streaming on
While you're on the road.
on our motorbike
Wow.
trips. Hey, that could be something to do when things open
Yeah,
up.
Andy, Matt can be on the motorbike. You'll be on a little sidecar next to him, and you have your laptop.
He's got a bigger bike.
And you, no, but Andy's the streaming expert.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Andy's the streaming expert,
Yeah.
so he has to be
He can
sitting
be
on the sidecar.
StreamYarding.
And, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Keep an eye out for the article on thebureauasia.com. In the next week or so, we'll get to work putting it together. And don't forget, by all means, get in touch if you think we should add a destination to it. We can also extend the feature and we'll add you as a contributor to the list as well if we choose your suggestion. But please only submit things that are quite unique to Vietnam. Something a little more imaginative than, say, having a café soda in a cafe while watching the crazy traffic. Yes, it's kind of unique and fun and perhaps something you don't see on a day-to-day basis, but we're looking for things a bit more out of the box.